So I recently made a video showing you guys the very basics of how to read a Keepa chart. Keepa is basically the Bible to selling on Amazon, and that is something that you need to be fluent with. So if you have not watched that yet, I'm going to link it right above. But Keepa is also great for finding products to sell, not just looking at the data to see if it sells well, but actually finding you the products. So today I'm going to walk you guys through one of my favorite sourcing methods of how I incorporate taking product data from Keepa, pulling different ASINs, loading those into tactical arbitrage, and then finding products to sell on Amazon. This is a super powerful sourcing method, and I'm really excited to share it with you guys. But first, if you're new here, I'm Cassandra, and I'm a full-time Amazon seller. I'm also a certified teacher, but I'm taking the time off to sell on Amazon. So on this channel, I combine my selling passion with my teaching passion to show you guys exactly how to make money on Amazon. So if you're interested, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Also, down below, you'll find links to my free Discord, my free Facebook, different offer codes for softwares, as well as an opportunity if you would like me in your back pocket for one-on-one coaching. Okay, let me show you how I pull those products from Keepa. One of the keys to being a really good Amazon seller is to have a wide variety of sourcing methods. So for this, I'm going to be showing you several different methods of how I am pulling products that sell well on Keepa. The first method I'm going to show you is by using ProfitGuru, and we are here on the Sellers tab. Now with this, I am able to pull up the storefront of any seller that is currently selling on Amazon. So what I want to do here is find somebody that is an arbitrage seller. Ideally, I want someone that has a lot of brands and a lot of products that I can get my hands on, that they are showing already make a profit. And then all I'm going to do is piggyback off of them. I'm going to jump onto the listings they're on if I can find the products cheap enough. So in order to be an arbitrage seller, I know that they're probably going to have a wide variety of products. So I'm going to put this maybe at 75. And then for the brands, also, if you are selling arbitrage, you are selling a wide variety of brands. So I'm going to put this to 50. Now, this is going to help me filter out people who are like private labeling. I don't want to see their stuff. I can also come down here and make sure that I am getting somebody in the United States, and you can really find anybody on this. So if there is somebody who in particular, I know that they're an arbitrage seller, and maybe I know like one or two of the products that they like to sell or the brands they like to sell. If I know the state that they live in, I filter it in based on their state, and then I'm able to find people's storefronts and piggyback off of them. You can also do here, make sure that they have a specific rating and a number of feedback if that's something that you're looking at, and then run the search to find some good sellers. But you'll notice that when I only put in a minimal amount of filters, this is going to bring up a huge list. So I have just over 19,000 sellers here. So maybe I want to filter it down even a little more just to make sure I'm only finding sellers that are comparable to me. I might even filter this to make sure that there's not too many products in their catalog. So maybe I'll say, cut it to a total of 2,500 max for their products. So then we can see that this has narrowed it down to just over 17,000. So we took a few thousand off that might not be useful for us. Now you'll notice that this is set from high to low. I can change these by clicking on it, and now I'll see low to high. So these are all the sellers that have 75 products. And what I like to do is just click into them, take a really quick glance at their products to see if their products typical to what I sell. I like to look at the seller's name first too. If they just have like books as their main name, that's not really something that I sell a majority of in my model, so I usually skip that. So let's try this one. Now this is looking pretty promising. I love to sell in the beauty category, and I can see some beauty products coming up. Now we have some grocery coming up, so this kind of seems up my alley. I like these categories. So in this case, I am going to go to their storefront. So now I'm going to come back here, and I can see their store seller ID right here. Copy that. Now I'm going to come over to Keepa, and I am in the Data tab, Product Finder. There are a ton of filters here that you can set to make sure that you're only seeing products that have good potential. So for example, the sales rank, the current sales rank, I want to make sure that it has a really strong rank. So maybe I don't want to see anything over 200,000. If it's over 200,000 in grocery and health and beauty, then that's not a fast mover. I also like to filter the buy box because it's pointless for me as an arbitrage seller to sell a product if it's not at a certain price point. After all of the different Amazon fees, it's just not going to bring back enough profit. So maybe I want to say that I want it to be at least $5. I like to enroll things into the small and light program because it minimizes the fees, and you can only do that if the product is $10 or under. So I like to leave a little wiggle room between $5 and $10 because I might find something that's good for the small and light program. Now we'll come down a little further and we are going to say count of retrieved live offers. So this is going to be our competition. I don't want to see anything that has, let's say, more than 25 sellers on it. So I can filter that out. If I wanted to eliminate Amazon, I could even say I want the buy box to just be third-party sellers. And now right here, that store ID that we copied, we are going to paste it here. And now it is only going to pull the products from that store. Now, based on all of the filters that we just set, we can see that there are 46 different ASINs that match those filters. So I'm going to click Find Products. And now those 46 ASINs have popped right up. What I like to do next is export this data as a CSV file and then just flip that into Tactical Arbitrage so it can do the heavy work for me. So we'll hit Export right here. Export. Now I'm coming over to Tactical Arbitrage, and this is going to be a reverse search. Right here where it says Upload New, we're going to click that, choose the file, and then we'll find the file that we just downloaded and upload. Now, something else that I found important to do is to come down here and to filter out your profit and your ROI. Now, typically, if I'm running just a product search on a store, I'm going to find the coupon code associated with that store for the week, and I'm going to input that. But with this is just a broad search of all of the stores. A lot of stores, in order to get, if maybe it's a 20% coupon deal that week, you have to actually enter in that coupon at checkout for it to take place. So because this search is not going to incorporate any different promos or coupons like that, I definitely always make sure to lower my ROI and the gross profit that I'm looking for when I'm doing this style of search. Because typically I know I can get like 15 to 20% off, especially at places like Walgreens. I could find a code easily, but it's not going to show that data when I'm running this search. And if I set this higher, then I might be missing out on a lot of products that actually do have a profit this week. So that's why I lower it when I'm doing these type of searches. Now we just need to hit search and it's going to scan those ASINs that we just pulled from that seller's store. And that's all there is to it. So now while I'm waiting for this to load, I'll show you another method that I use. For this one, we're going to go to the data and the product finder. And I'm still going to filter that sales rank to 200,000. But this time, we're not just going to limit it to that specific storefront. This time, I'm going to search a specific category. So let's choose grocery and gourmet foods. And then if I'm interested in a specific subcategory in grocery and gourmet food, I could even filter that here. The same thing, I don't want to jump onto listings that have too much competition, so I'm going to set this. I don't want there to be any more than 20 active sellers. Let's set this to third party to get rid of Amazon. Now the number of sales rank drops, that indicates sales. So maybe I want to make sure that this is selling at least 15 times and there are 15 drops. So now from those filters, I can come here and there are 86,394 products that I can pull up. So I'll come here and export that list. Now this is only showing me 100 rows. So if I want to see more, I'm going to have to come here and maybe I want to see the first 2,000. I'll have to click that. So now I have access to the first 2,000 ASINs and I can export that. Now it's not showing me all the results right here. It's only showing me the first 2,000. So I'm going to export those first. Now, if I want to get to the next 2,000, I'm going to have to go to the next page. And you're only allowed to do so many searches in a day. So every time you're doing this, it is taking some of the available searching limit that you have for the day. So now we have the next 2,000 and I will export that. And those files are going to be done the same way in TA. So again, reverse search and upload new. Find your downloads. Again, I recommend keeping that ROI really low so that you're not missing out on anything good because it's not going to account for the coupons and you'll throw that in after. So it's going to take you some more manually searching the list. But if you filter that too much, like I said, you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities. And now we have 4,000 really good grocery ASINs that it's going to try to find us where we can source it and make a profit from. The next strategy involves using winning products to find other winning products. So what I like to do here is think of something that I know I've personally sold and it sold really well, or just in general, it has a really good rank and it's an item that I could buy just anywhere off the shelves. I'm going to do Dr. Teal's. Dr. Teal's is a really good brand to find other really good products. This is something that sells super well. So what I want to do is find a listing that has quite a few sellers on it. So we can see 25 sellers here. So now we're going to come down and look at the Keepa data. From the data, we're going to go to offers, scroll it all the way over, and we want to look at the first seen. So this will tell us when these sellers first jumped on this listing. So filter it from the latest out. This seller has been on this listing for 15 months. So that tells me that chances are they're a seller that they know what they're doing, and they probably have other listings that are successful too that they've been on for a long time. So what I want to do now is click onto this seller. And if I come down, I can see that the categories that they're in, those are right up my alley. We have beauty, we have health, we have grocery. So they definitely have good ranked products, and they're in categories that I'm interested in finding ASINs for. Here's the brands that they're selling. So all of these are brands that I also like to sell and I'm ungated in. So I definitely want to run a search on all of their ASINs and piggyback off of them. So we'll click on storefront, and now I'll do the same thing. I'm going to export this as a CSV and I will pull it up into tactical arbitrage. So this is one way to take a product that's selling well and then to find a seller that knows what they're doing, and hopefully you can piggyback off of other ASINs that they have. Another way that you can find sellers is to come to the data and the top seller list, and now I can see the top sellers on Amazon. This is really cool because you can find their seller ID, how many listings they have. You can see if they're FBM or FBA. So I can see these top 4 sellers. They don't have that box checked, so they're merchant fulfilling their own products. They're not sending it to the warehouse. So if I run the ASINs for all of these sellers, I'm bound to find some good selling products. The last way we're going to use Keepa today to find some good products is this time going to data and product bestsellers. From here, you'll choose the category that you're most interested in selling in. Let's go with home and kitchen. Now it's pulling up the top products in this category at the current time. So the ones that have the very best sales ranks. I could filter this to see the 30-day average, 90-day average, and 180 days. Or I can even just go historically what the best sales ranks are. Now I can see a ton of products that historically have a really strong rank and are selling well. Same thing, I will download this data as a CSV file and upload it into TA. And that is all that there is to it. Now I have all of these in my queue and I'm going to let them download and then hopefully find some really good products that I can purchase and start selling myself. I hope this was helpful for you guys, and you can see just how important Keepa is, not just for looking at data to see if you should purchase a product, but also to use it so that you can actually find really good products. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one.